a great day for a bike ride. We're going to Fort Harrison State Park. Locals call it Fort Ben, named after Benjamin Harrison, our 23rd president. It'll take me about an hour to get there. Of course, it'll take a lot less time for you. Well, the bike lane has ended and I need an alternate plan. So I turned right at this corner, and here's how I remember to turn right, is by thinking of Alfred Hitchcock's famous spy movie. I used to do a lot of road riding, but now I ride on the sidewalks where it's a lot safer, and I don't mind the bumps at all. Fort Harrison is located on the east side of Indianapolis at Post Road and 59th Street, actually in the city of Lawrence. There's a lot right at the entrance to the park. You'll probably pass Fort Harrison State Park Inn. You'll notice some spectacular gates to the park, and you can see the chain and lock, so the park is locked at night. Next, you'll probably notice the Garrison, which is a dining and conference center where you can get married, and that is the entrance to the Fort Golf Course. The golf course is called the Fort, and it was designed by Pete Dye and is a championship course. But make no mistake about it, this was an active fort. My father-in-law, on a personal note, received basic training at Fort Harrison in World War II. Continuing downhill to the guardhouse, you'll pass part of the golf course. Signage at Fort Harrison is excellent. We're headed towards the Delaware Lake area. So the park has a number of places to picnic. This is the Cherry Tree area. Cherry Tree, like all other areas in the park, has a huge parking lot, a picnic shelter, and restrooms. Past Cherry Tree is Delaware Lake, where there is plenty of parking, restrooms, playground, and it's the start of the Harrison Trace Trail. This is the 2 3/4 mile Harrison Trace Trail. Bikers on the left, everyone else on the right. If you're into birding, make sure you bring your binoculars because there are regularly scheduled hikes with naturalists. And if you're into fishing, here is the dock at Delaware Lake and a nice view of the lake. And it's towards the start of the trail just past the birdhouse. The Lawrence Creek Trail is a combined mountain bike and hiking trail. It's hilly, tree-covered, and it gets muddy from rain. So to protect the trail, please allow it to dry out before hiking or mountain biking. It's a trail that is well marked, so you shouldn't get lost. And it has some nice features like riding along the log for mountain bikers or riding over the log. And it is one of those trails that has multiple trailheads, so you can get on two different sides of the park. The Schoen Creek Trail shares a parking lot with the Lawrence Creek Trail, and this is the trailhead on the same side as the parking lot. On the hill above Lawrence Creek, on the left, is the Visitor Center and the Museum of 20th Century Warfare, and on the right is the Saddle Barn, where you can go horseback riding. Beyond the Visitor Center is Millennium Grove, which is a picnicking area only. There's a place to park your car, a picnic table, and a grill. There is no camping. Fort Harrison has something for everyone, including a sled hill. Across from the sled hill is the Sycamore and Reddick shelter houses, and they share a restroom as well as a bike rack. And what does it say etched into the ends of the bike rack? Fort Harrison State Park, and what a neat feature that is. The Sycamore Shelter House, of course, has a sycamore tree just to the right of it. Makes sense, right? And the playground, which I think is the nicest playground in the park, has a beautiful catalpa tree in full bloom, huge leaves. I just absolutely love this tree. And I think this is the nicest playground in the park. If you notice in the very back, there is a slide, and you walk up stairs, not a ladder, to get to the top. And here's the top of that slide.
Okay. That is unreal. Well, you can fill your bottle pretty fast, but you can't take a drink.
This is the second entrance to the park, located at Boy Scout Road, just across the bridge from Fall Creek Road. And now we're headed to the third and final entrance. And for you dog lovers, Fort Harrison State Park does have a dog park. It's located on Fall Creek Road, just west of Lantern Road. And you will need to purchase a pass, as well as bring current veterinary shot records. And this is where your pass will come in handy to open the gate. This is the first of two play areas. This is Platoon Run. It is completely fenced in, and it is the only one of the two play areas here that does have a covered shelter with picnic tables. And on the opposite side of the parking lot is the Heron Hill play area, which is also completely fenced in. I was just thinking that perhaps they should install a sign on the water fountain that reads, "Old Faithful." In any event, thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting. Hope to see you out on the trails. Next time you go to a park in Indiana, make sure you do pick up a little pamphlet. And for more information, go to www.in.gov to find out what times there are for bird watching or riding horses or whatever activity you're interested in that the park has.